nice day. It was 40-something degrees this morning. No humidity. Oh, it's nice. Nice. We got that video filmed to see who the winners were for the 3,000th subscriber. Well, that's something. I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about was just, the name of my channel is called Doing It Cheap, and I didn't realize when I was younger and a kid that we were doing it cheap. We was just doing what we had to get by. Never thought that we were doing it cheap, but we were, because we didn't have no money. And I ain't saying I growed up real poor, but my parents always worked. But heck, it wasn't until I was, Lord, 13. I was 13-year-old before my dad got a real good paying job. And then he worked it 7 days a week, 12 hours a day till the day he died, almost. But anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is something I never in my life would imagine that someone wouldn't know. I'm having a hard time explaining this. Anyway, I was at Camp Blanding, Florida. It's a National Guard training base. It's just southwest of Jacksonville. Camp Blanding, you can find it on the map. It's a huge, beautiful lake. Beautiful lake. It's a perfect circle, and I forget how many hundreds of acres it is. 1,600? I don't know. Anyway, huge lake, and fed by these springs that were bigger around than a car, and crystal clear. I mean, beautiful. Never seen nothing like it before. And there were also little ponds here and there. And anyway, I was going to school there. I was studying to be a meteorologist with the Air Force, and made very good friends with a guy. His name was Johnny. I won't embarrass him by giving his full name, but his name was Johnny. He was from Michigan, and congratulations to him. He just made Chief Master Sergeant with the Oregon Air National Guard. So I'm really proud of my friend Johnny. But I told him one day, I said, "Hey man, let's go fish one of them ponds there, catch us a mess of fish for supper." And he says, "Well, I ain't got no fishing pole." I said, "My God, man, you down here in Florida and the cane breaks and all this, don't tell me you ain't got no fishing pole." He says, "Well, I don't." I said, "We're gonna go get you one." He said, "The stores are 30 minutes away." I said, "We ain't going to no store, Bubba." So I took him out, took him down this one little trail where there was cane poles growing. Some of you may know it as bamboo. We just call them cane poles. So anyhow, I go down there and we cut cane poles and rig them up and go fishing with them. Well, I'm going to show you how this is done. I'm not going to waste your time watching me trim off every piece, but I cut this one yesterday. This is about 1 inch in diameter. Nice big pole. But all you do is just take your knife, go down there and just cut these shoots off. So like I said, I'm not going to spend all your time watching me cut and trim these little shoots, but I'm going to get this all trimmed up, and then I'm going to show you how we tie them up and rig them up for fishing. Okay, so after you got all the shoots or leaves or limbs, whatever, trimmed off of it, you want to come back from the tip end a little ways, because you don't want to use the very, very, very tip end of your pole because it's too limber. And it just ain't gonna hold up, and it will, before you know it, break off of there. And when you're using a big long pole like this, you'll feel it. You'll feel him tap, or if you're using a bobber, you see the bobber go under. If I was gonna be fishing in a creek where it didn't have a lot of room, I'd use a smaller pole or just cut this one down some. But I got this one, and I know it's big. It's lowered, probably 14 foot long. But I did it for purposes of showing you on the video, so it'd be easy to see. Anyway, what I do is I don't count on this pole not breaking. I remember one time my dad told me a story about when he was fishing, and he thought the dadgum fish was going to break his fishing pole. So he just threw the pole. He just threw the pole in the lake. And I said, "Why'd you do that?" He said, "Fish get tired of pulling it under, it come back up, just like jug fishing." And sure enough, that fish would pull that pole all over the lake, and finally, whenever it got tired, he went and got his pole. He didn't tell me if he had a boat, or if he walked, he waded, he swam, or what. But he didn't lose the fish. Now, all I did here is I just slit this and put a loop in this fishing line, because if a fish were to break this pole, by the way, I'm twirling this slightly as I go. If a fish were to break this pole, I would still have the line in my hand, because I have run this line all the way to the butt end. And then I come up here and I tie my line. I tie off right here. Then, after I tie off on the tip, I run my string all the way back down to the butt end. And if I've got a fish on here and I raise this pole up, it's going to bring that fish right to me right here. But I like to give myself a little bit more room, because I can raise my arm up and I can buy myself an extra 3 or 4 feet right here, okay? And so that's where I actually cut this line, is at 3 or 4 feet extra. And that's where I'll tie my hook on. Now, when I was a kid, any of the little local mom and pop grocery stores, on the wall over there, they'd have fishing stuff, and for like a dime, you could get a little pack of gold hooks and a little pack of BB sinkers. And that extra 3 feet ain't no big deal, because I'm twirling this cane. I'm wrapping that line right around this fishing pole, and I'm taking up the excess here. Then all I gotta do is just wrap it around. I would have done more twisting, but for the sake of the movie. And with a hook on the end, then all I do is just hook it right into the butt of the pole, right there. And of course, don't forget, you got your cork bobber, and that could be laying up there on the pole as well. So I've stumbled through my words here doing this for you, but you get the idea. So just cause you ain't got a bunch of money, don't mean you can't go fishing. Shoot, that right there will do fine in any lake or pond or river. Well, it's old PawPaw doing it cheap. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.